start with the battalion. I have 2 Flyrants. They're identically equipped with heavy venom cannons, adrenaline glands, monstrous rending claws. One of them has Catalyst and Onslaught psychic power, and the other one has the Horror and Psychic Scream. And then my Warlord is the Hive Tyrant on foot. It has the Yarmgul factor, Bio Artifact, Adrenaline Glands. No Warlord trait, as that the Psychic Awakening gave him a new relic. He has the Catalyst and Synaptic Core psychic powers, Heavy Venom Cannon, and Monstrous Rending Claws. 18 Gene Stealers, 2 units of 3 Ripper Swarms, 20 Termagants, 10 with Flesh Borers, 10 with Devourers, a unit of 6 Tyranid Warriors, all with Bone Swords. 4 of them have Devourers, 2 of them have Venom Cannons, and they all have Adrenaline Glands. And then I have a Trigun Prime with Dermic Symbiosis, Adaptive Physiology, and Adrenaline Glands. And then my Vanguard detachment is a Tyranid Prime with Bone Swords and a Death Spitter, Death Leaper, 6 Hive Guard with Impalers, and 6 Tyrant Guard, 3 with Scything Talons and 3 with Crushing Claws. And all of them are from Hive Fleet Kraken.
Today I'm playing Orks. My first detachment is a Death Skulls Battalion. It has a war boss on a war bike, who is also my warlord. He has Brutal but Cunning for his warlord trait, To Kill a Claw, and the Biggest Boss. This detachment also has a Weird Boy with Warpath, 3 units of boys, each with a Nob who has a Power Claw, and a unit of Knobs, all equipped with dual Choppas. Knobs on war bikes, the boss Nob having a Power Claw. Next up, I have a Spearhead detachment of Grot Mobs. This has a Weird Boy with the Jump and 3 mech guns, all using a custom Mega Cannon. The next detachment is an Air Wing detachment of Pyromaniacs. It has 2 Burnabombers and a Wazbomb Blastojet with a Smasher Gun and the Teleport Mega Blasta. My final detachment is another Death Skulls, and it's a Spearhead detachment. This has a big mech with a Grot Oiler, a big mech with the Shock Attack Gun. This detachment also has a Battle Wagon with an Ard Case, a custom job, which is the Fortress. And then I have a unit of Ludas in this detachment. And finally, a Morkanaut, which also is utilizing a custom job of Sparkly Bits. So end of turn 1 psychic phase for Andrew. He successfully cast Catalyst on the Hive Guard here. And he also cast the Horror on my War Boss. And he also cast a power which lets him reroll charges against my War Boss. What was the name of that one, Andrew?
Synaptic Lure.
Synaptic Lure. I denied, remind me what I denied here?
Onslaught.
I denied Onslaught on this Hive Tyrant here, so he cannot charge after advancing, which is huge. And then he successfully smote my Gorkanaut for 2 wounds. Alright, end of Andrew's first turn of shooting. Firing from mostly the Hive Guard, killed the Gorkanaut, and he used a stratagem for them to fire again. What was the name of the stratagem?
Single-minded annihilation.
Single-minded annihilation was the name of that stratagem. So that hurt me. I spent a CP to try to reroll a failed invulnerable save, and I did not succeed at that. He did not explode, no injury to the big mech getting out. He also fired some of the Hive Guard and the Tyranid warriors into the fortress, and it is down to 6 wounds. Charge phase, he got all of his horrible Gene Stealers into here. So he's got my bikes, he's got my War Boss, he's got the fortress, he's got the boys. And it's a good thing he had that psychic power, because he did need a reroll. So that helped him get into close combat with pretty much everything there. End of the fight phase, the Gene Stealers did 2 wounds to the War Boss, and they killed 5 boys. I believe they also did 1 wound to the fortress. And then my return attacks killed all of them. So my psychic phase, I tried to jump on these boys here. It was denied by this Hive Tyrant. And then I tried to cast Warpath on these bikers, and it was denied by that guy there. So no psychic fun for the Orks this turn. Alright, end of turn 1 shooting for the Orks. We did some shooting on this guy, got him down to 7 wounds. That was from a combination of mech guns. Ludus didn't do anything. The mech guns mostly focused him down. They got a lot of good damage. The Super Shaka fired twice using a stratagem to shoot the Warlord. We managed to get him down to 8 wounds and took out a couple Tyrant Guard. Shooting from the Burnabombers, took out Hive Guard over here. Or no, just did some wounds, I think, and a few gaunts. That's mostly it for shooting, just chewing away at the gaunts and the Hive Tyrants. Charge phase for the Orks. We got the War Boss in here with the boys, and I got my bikes over into this Hive Tyrant, and my fortress charged the warriors. End of the Orc fight phase on turn 1. Successfully killed this Hive Tyrant. He did pop a stratagem to attack anyway, and he did 3 more damage to my war Boss there. No death throws. He also interrupted the knobs here to fight first, which he killed 2 of them. When they struck back, they did nothing. And then my fortress here killed 2 warriors. They struck back and dealt 1 wound. So that is the end of turn 1. Turn 2, shooting from the Tyranids. The nasty Hive Guard killed my mech cannon here. And killed the boys from these gaunts right here. And that was it for shooting. Tyranid charge phase. He charges gaunts and the Hive Tyrant into my war boss successfully. He charged the warriors into my bikers. Bikers did 2 wounds on Overwatch. And we have the Tyrant Guard, the Hive Tyrant, and the Trigon Prime all made it to the fortress. Sadly, Death Leaper, even with a reroll, failed to charge against the mech gun hiding in this ruin. End of the fight phase for the Tyranids, and what a fight phase it was. First up, after the Trigon and the Hive Tyrant attacked the battle wagon, it exploded. Killed my big mech and a couple of the knobs from the explosion. I took a few wounds on the blasted jet there, took 4. And then Hive Tyrant ended up taking 1 wound from that, passed a lot off to the Tyrant Guard. The Prime took 3. That was quite the fiasco there. My weird boy, oh, hold on, let's back up there. He killed my war boss with the Hive Tyrant. I used Orks is Never Beaten to fight back, and I took the Hive Tyrant down to 3 wounds. He consolidated into my weird boy, and when my weird boy attacked back, he killed the Hive Tyrant. And then finally, the warriors killed one of the knobs, and the boss knob attacked back and killed one of the warriors. So now going into Orc turn 2. End of turn 2 psychic phase. We had a failed cast and a denied cast on the warlord there. And then this one tried to smite my war boss, and he was also denied by this weird boy. I did have to spend a command point to do that, however, in order to get a reroll. Turn 2 psychic phase for the Orcs. I cast Warpath on these knobs here. I wanted to cast Smite on Death Leaper here, but was unable to because the gaunts are closer. And then I attempted to cast a jump and failed. Orc turn 2 shooting. We have managed to kill the Trigon Prime, thanks to a combination of cannons. Basically, this group up here, they killed him. I did get strength 11 onto Super Shocker, so I did 3 mortal wounds as well. That was fun. Shooting from the Burnabombers, took out a couple Hive Guard here. And some shooting from the Wasbomb Blastojet. Was targeting the Hive Tyrant here, but he's passed all his wounds off to the Tyrant Guard. Just one of those guys left. On to the charge phase. Charge phase. These boys here charged Death Leaper, and then my knobs multi-charged the Tyrant Guard and the Hive Tyrant. Alright, end of Orc fighting in turn 2. We did nothing to Death Leaper, he killed 3 Orcs. And I did 1 wound to the Hive Guard, or excuse me, I did 1 wound to the Tyrant Guard after directing everything against the Hive Tyrant. Oh no, I did a wound to him as well. So 1 wound to each of them. They fought back, killed 4 knobs. And then here, I took a wound on my boss knob, but he killed 2 warriors. And into turn 3. Turn 3 Psychic Phase. The Hive Tyrant here attempted to cast Catalyst, which was denied by this weird boy. And then he smote the poor knob biker there. Turn 3 shooting for the Tyranids. Death Leaper here shot his flesh hooks, killed an orc. This group of Gaunts killed 7 boys. And not the warrior, the Hive Guard took a wound off of the Blasted Jet. Oh, and I lost a knob here as well from the Warrior Prime. Charge phase. We got this Tyrant Guard into here. The Gaunts successfully charged this mech gun. And the Tyranid Prime charged the knob. End of the fight phase. Lost 2 more boys here. Did nothing back. We had a bit of a stalemate here between the knob and the Tyranid Prime. And also nothing happened here. On to turn 3 for the Orcs.
How could this happen to me?
End of Psychic Phase, I smote the Tyrant Guard that was there. Tried to cast a jump from this guy on the Ludas and failed. Shooting Phase, the Burn-A-Bomber killed Death Leaper, which was very nice. Shooting from the Supashaka and the cannon and the Ludas. There's still 3 Gaunts left. Still 3 Gaunts there. They are pretty troublesome for me. And the Wasbomb Blasted Jet did nothing. Charge phase. My boys charged into the Gaunts. One of them died on the way, so it's just the knob left. And both Weird Boys also made it in. End of the fight phase. This group here managed to kill the Gaunts. One Weird Boy went and hid in there. Consolidation. And this fight over here, I managed to do 3 wounds to the Tyranid Prime, and he killed the knob. Turn 4 Psychic Phase. The Hive Tyrant cast Smite and took 3 wounds off of the Burn-A-Bomber. End of turn 4 Shooting Phase. Combined fire from all 3 of these units, the Hive Tyrant, the Warrior, and the Hive Guard, took down what once was a Wasbomb Blasted Jet. And nothing is in range to charge, so we'll be on to the Orc turn. End of turn 4 Psychic for the Orcs. This weird boy smote the Tyranid Prime and killed him. And finally, this weird boy, after 4 turns of attempts, jumped the Ludas all the way to here. Orc turn 4 of shooting. This Burn-A-Bomber took 2 wounds off of the Hive Guard. And the loot is here. Killed one of the Ripper Swarm groups. Charge and fight phase. My Ludas successfully charged the Ripper Swarms and did 1 wound. And the Rippers did nothing. Into turn 5. Tyranid Psychic phase of turn 5. The Hive Tyrant successfully casted the Cataclysm on himself, so he's got Feel No Pain now. And he smote the Burn-A-Bomber for 3 wounds. End of Tyranid turn 4. Shooting and charging and fighting. Shooting from the Warrior, the Hive Guard, and the Hive Tyrant. Took out 3 Ludas, because the Rippers fell back, and then they charged back in, thanks to Kraken, and did nothing. Forgot to add my attacks back. I managed to kill one of the swarms, but I died to morale, sadly. Turn 5 for the Orks. Tried to jump my big mech with the Super Shooter, failed it, or rather was denied it by the Hive Tyrant. Fired everything from the Burn-A-Bomber into the Ripper and killed it. The cannon, the mech gun, shot the Warrior that was there and killed it. We rolled to see if the game continues, and indeed it does, going into Tyranid turn 6. Focusing. There we go. Alright, Tyranid turn 5. He advanced everything up, smote the flyer, and tried to shoot it, but didn't do anything shooting. Hopefully he can get to that objective in time. Alright, end of Orc turn 6. I successfully jumped a lone knob over here. And my flyer, my Burn-A-Bomber took 1 wound off the Warlord. The souped up shock attack gun did nothing. But we rolled, and the game has finally ended. So the score is 8 Orcs to 2 Tyranids. Tyranids have 2 points, 1 from Slay the Warlord and 1 from First Blood. The Orcs have 2 objectives which are worth 2 points each. First Blood and Linebreaker. So thanks for watching. Check us out on all the social media, Twitter, Instagram, obviously YouTube because you're here. And thank you, Andrew, for coming and playing a game today.